I can't bat 100. You know what I'm saying? I miss.
I think you are batting 100. You are batting 100.
I'm not.
0.100 from the batting field.
That's crazy.
The weak ass batting average.
That's crazy.
Dang.
I'm Barry Bonds, bro.
Oh, that's crazy.
Bro, Tower of God was batting 0.100 from the batting field.
Hey.
Yeah, no, that's valid because that first episode.
Tbate is trying really hard to beat out Tower of God. When y'all see this IMDb ranking, whatever the fuck, we don't talk about it. It looks just like when we asked what Ken ranks JJK. I'll just leave it at that. All right. Welcome to the Worst Take Podcast, episode 45, right? Yeah, yep. 45. I'm your host, Jay Riddle. We got my boy Marcus Yells Anime, and we got Ken Kaizen Explains on the far left or right of your screen, depending on what your orientation is. I can never tell. We're back. Last week was insane as far as anime goes. Crazy debut to the spring anime season, and we're going to talk all about that in a second. First and foremost, everybody, how y'all doing? Both of y'all had road trips this weekend, right? Right? It was smooth.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. Everything's cool.
Yeah.
Little brother's birthday.
You know what's funny? Anytime I picture Ken driving, y'all remember The Incredibles or whatever when he had that little ass blue car or whatever in the beginning? Like he was like that's how I picture Ken driving. I ain't gonna lie. When he said he was going on a road trip, I just pictured him like cramped in a car with his big ass like that. That shit.
But I'm gonna say I low-key hate going to steakhouses now.
Really? Why?
Bro, the steaks never be good. Like I feel like I make a better steak at the crib on my grill.
Oh, you one of them niggas. Oh my god.
Nah, I feel the same way. I feel the same way,
bro. Because like we went to this nice ass place in like downtown Milwaukee, right? And like the plates is like $60-$70 plates for like your steak and everything else. So I'm thinking, like, all right, bet I'm paying $70 for the steak. This steak better be elite. It was not elite. The sides was better than my steak. I was pissed.
Ken, I got a question. I got a question for both of you. How y'all like your steaks cooked?
I'm like a medium well type of guy.
I'm medium well. Closer to medium, but I do like a little extra tinge to it. I don't judge well done steak eaters though. I'll be honest. And I used to work at a steakhouse. The thing with me though, like when you're eating out, it's not it's gonna be good, but it's not gonna be. You could always cook better unless you're eating at like a specialized place, like with some sort of like Italian food or some kind of dish that only a chef can make. But with steaks, anybody can make steak, dog. You're going more for like being outside, enjoying community. You know what I mean? That's really, as long as like the experience is cool. Unless the food is terrible. The food is terrible, then that's one thing. But if it's just I can make a better steak.
My shit.
You asked for it medium. You don't want to say medium well.
That don't mean I ain't never made a steak medium well and burnt my steak.
When you go to a steakhouse and tell them medium well, they laugh at you in the kitchen. I'm letting you know that right now. You should just know that. So they're just kind of like, okay, this thing wants this shit to taste like rubber. Like that's on you. I'm not. No. If you go to a steakhouse and ask for medium well, because
well done and medium well are two different.
I know. I worked on one. I'm telling you, bro, is like the natural way to cook a steak is medium. So when you say medium well, people automatically assume your palate is trash or you just don't know how to eat steak right. So like they just kind of like.
I mean, I normally go based off of the thermometer.
I'm sure you do, because you're a perfect human specimen that knows everything.
Ken looks like the person that will cook with a thermometer.
He does. No facts. He pull it out like this. He'll spin it around to make sure it's to reset it. Put it in there. He'll just stare at it for a second. Hold on. Pull it out. Yeah. Sanitize it. Put it back in the drawer. Like
all I'm saying is I make some fire steaks, bro.
I believe it. Can be outside. His dog be barking the whole time.
Part of my dietetics degree, I had to take some culinary classes.
Your what?
My dietetics degree.
This thing got like 4 different degrees. I swear he's told us like 4 different things he has. Like what?
I got 2 degrees and a minor.
Oh my god. Type shit. All right, well, let's talk about anime. I don't think they give a fuck about your steaks, man. You don't know what's sad? This all started once again because I asked how y'all weekends were.
Hey, you ask, we supply, you know?
Nah, facts. All right. So this week, let's get to the anime topics. Spring anime season is here. I'm gonna go down the list of everything that dropped this week, and also I'll start with a few things that dropped last few weeks too, just because they technically count as anime season. So we got Devilman Crybaby anime on Netflix. We got I was about to call it Midbreaker again. We got Windbreaker, Lazarus, To Be Hero X, My Hero Academia Vigilante, who was actually probably just dropped while we're recording this. Sword of the Demon Hunter, Fire Force, Tbate, Your Forma, Witch Watch, From Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman. That is one title. And Yaiba. And then Supercube. Supercube is a few episodes deep now, but we'll count them too. That is a hefty list. Most of those, the first episode came out last week. First off, how do you guys want to do this? You want us to go down the list and talk about them first? Do you guys want to talk about which ones we like the best?
No, we could go down the list.
All right, let's go down the list. We'll do some quick hits first. So Devil May Cry, phenomenal. Way better than I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be good. I thought it was going to be good, but that was actually great. Did you get a chance to check it out, Marcus?
No, that's the only one I didn't watch.
The only thing that kind of pissed me off about it is I wish they would have dropped it weekly because people don't appreciate the full season drop. Let's be honest. You watch that shit, you binge that shit, it was cool, and then you just kind of move on to the next one. You know what I mean? People don't talk about it, and then when it's week to week, people talk. And it's with all shows. It builds
more hype too.
It does.
Yeah.
Every episode, you're like, damn, I need to go to the next episode. I already got to wait for the next episode. People talk about what happened. More people see the conversation and start watching it. So every week, there's more and more people watching the next episode. Like, this just feels like a fumble by Netflix. Like, it's probably a culture thing. They don't understand like animation culture because not just anime. Like, Invincible did the same thing. To where it was week to week, and if they would have dropped the whole thing at once, people would just spam it and it'd be over. But that shit lasted like 2 months of conversation, you know what I mean, and hype because it was week to week. So hopefully they do it better next time. There's a cliffhanger at the very last episode, so clearly there's going to be a season 2. It just seems like a fumble to me for Netflix to do. That doesn't seem like because somebody in that
they doing week to week with other shit.
Yeah, so they might not have known what they had on their hands. Like that might be like a thing to where whoever was in charge of deciding that didn't know that it would have such good reception that people actually wanted this, you know. So
like that's like one of the few video game IPs that's had like a really good like anime adaptation besides like Cyberpunk.
No,
like,
for sure.
I'm trying to think what other one. I mean, I guess you could say Castlevania. Actually, yeah, Castlevania is a video game IP. So
yeah, no, for sure.
Yeah, nah, it is weird because like I'm thinking about it low key and like imagine if SoloLeveling released that once. Like, you know how ass that would have been?
Yeah, because the annoying thing too is everybody's on different pages. Like some people are on the first episode, some people's on the last episode. So you can't have like the community and conversation around it the same way you could if it's week to week. You know, everybody's on the same episode for the most part. You know, you have some stragglers, but you know that there's a concentrated amount of viewers watching this part. You know what I mean? So hopefully they fix that. We can move on to Windbreaker. I didn't get a chance to watch Windbreaker.
I just saw the first few clips of it. I think you're gonna like that, Jay. The hands on a grandstand battle. They knew exactly what their audience was from the first season, and they just like we doubling down.
Bro, that first episode, episode of the second season reminded me on why Windbreaker is like 10 million times better than Tokyo Revengers, bro. Because the main character now on some bullshit, you know, he's not being a bitch. He's not like Subaru, basically. I'll say it like that. Takemichi, Subaru are the same person.
That's crazy.
And
you're just gonna wait. Hey, Ken, you just gonna let him do that? You're not gonna stand up for your show? You just gonna let him?
Same person. Anyway.
Can't get too much money, dog.
I'm thinking about it because he know that shit low key true. He's like, damn, he might have a point. But
I'm thinking, I'm like, damn. You know, Subaru might have more resolve though.
Fair enough. I'm not caught up all the way. So
I mean, if you know you can't die, of course you're gonna have more resolve. Fuck it. Like, what the hell? What the?
That's true. That's true.
I hope they don't do us, huh?
Nah, never mind.
I hope they don't do us like last season, dog. Y'all know I was hyped up the first 4, 5, 6, 7-ish episodes.
Nigga, you was hyped the first 9 because that's when the fight stopped.
Man, but no, they started slowing down though.
They still has like a little bit of fighting here and there. Like I was rewatching this shit. Like episode 10, they were still throwing hands because they introduced like the one dude.
They were throwing hands. I'm saying they just had them sorry ass backstories, dog. Like
you thought those backstories were sorry?
Oh my god, bro! For real,
I feel like that added extra context to it. Like
for me, with shows like that are a little bit more based in reality, so you don't have to suspend your disbelief as much. They should have way better backstories. Like that shit works if you're in a show where niggas is flying around and fucking like battling in the sky. But when it's a show that has real like normal gravity, you feel me, normal physics. It's at a school, like it's very close to the way we live right now. The stories to me just got to hit a little bit harder. Them shits just seem real like.
He just using that as a defense to defend JJK's mid-ass backstories.
See, hey, look, 2 weeks in a row, I wasn't the one that brought up JJK. But hey, Gojo's backstory, not gonna lie, 10 out of 10. So good they're making a film about it. I mean, we can talk about it later though. We ain't got this isn't the JJK segment. I appreciate you for bringing it up now. So now I can bring it up without a guilty conscience. So don't worry, JJK is coming. JJK is coming.
And Jay's there.
Oh, that is crazy. That is crazy. All right, moving on from Midbreaker. Lazarus. Oh my god. What a first episode. Y'all wanna know what's crazy? We saw that whole first scene like 5 times over the last month because that's what they used to market the show. And that shit still hit. Like it wasn't, it still hit like it was my first time seeing
better than the first time I seen it.
Yeah, no,
yeah.
Facts.
Because now we know like why he was doing all that bullshit.
Yeah.
And then I ain't gonna lie, that the animation for them to, I wonder how long it took them to perfect that, the whole free running parkour scene throughout the entire city. Cause that shit just looks so smooth and fluid. And like, I feel like I was like real life watching somebody play like Assassin's Creed or something. How that nigga was just going through the city for real. Like that was amazing in all honesty.
Yeah.
I'll tell you how they did it. They pushed back Chainsaw Man. They said, yeah, fuck that. We'll just give a movie in 2 years. We're about to work on this beautiful ass project.
They also been working on Lazarus for like, I feel like 2 years.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, literally.
Yeah. Cause I remember I made that first video. Yeah, that was damn.
Yeah, bro. They've been working on that for a minute. All those projects that like usually have like a 2 year like period of time where they've been working on that shit for that long, those usually pop off like that when it comes to animation.
Yeah, which speaking of great segue, To Be Hero X, they worked on that for a few years, right?
Yeah, it like probably like the same amount of time, if not longer.
And that first episode was phenomenal. That was fantastic.
I feel like they low-key lowered our expectations when it came to the story. Because I feel like they was just like selling us crazy with the animation. The story premise for the first episode was wicked. Like I was not expecting any of that to happen whatsoever. I wasn't expecting it to be that dark, but
I think you're just used to watching SoloLeveling. That's why your expectations were low. Like,
that's crazy.
That's really crazy. Wicked work.
Type
they
shit.
went from blazing SoloLeveling to shitting on SoloLeveling any chance he get. That's
come on. I should all. This is my first time making a joke about SoloLeveling. This is my first time even remotely making a joke about SoloLeveling. Come on now.
We're not doing that today.
We're speaking of SoloLeveling season 3 is gonna go platinum. I've been reading the manga. Oh my god. We ain't gonna talk about it, but Ken knows. I know, so I'm looking Ken in his eyes right now. Oh my god. I haven't even got a chance to tell you like all this shit I caught up on.
Yo, wait, hold on. Can we do something real quick? Why the fuck is the chat calling us unks? Why are we getting called unks right now?
I don't even see it.
No, somebody's asking who's the more unk out of the 3. Like I'm sitting there like I don't even know for real.
Hey, fuck the big 3. It's big me. I'll take all the big unk energy. Put it all on me.
If I'm an unk, I'm gonna let y'all know the two people next to me.
Oh, he's
grandpas.
He's throwing us under the bus. All right. No, that's big facts. Big facts. But y'all know the strongest person in any anime before the climax is always the oldest nigga there. So it's cool. I'll be Garp or I'll be Gogun. He fuck niggas.
But
Garp punched the fucking island. All right, go ahead.
No, Jay, I told you. See, now you see like the story, like a low key. I feel like SoloLeveling season 3 is gonna beat all the it has no story allegations.
You know, facts.
You saying bro got his pen out and started writing fire?
Listen,
if he had this plan, why it got so popular. Like
if he had this plan, then I'm not gonna lie. This is I think he could just be one of them niggas that just doesn't know how to like keep stuff short. So the intro ended up being a whole series in itself, and then now the shit just starts in season 3. Like that's what it feels kind of like Tbate. Maybe that's a Manhwa thing, low key. Maybe it's just a slow, like a long, slow roundabout start because Tbate didn't really feel like it started until like chapter 180. You know what I mean? Like in a lot of ways. Which I don't know how we got on that subject. That's crazy. We went from JJK Glazers to Tbate and SoloLeveling Glazers.
Crazy. What we got next on our list?
MHA Vigilante, which is airing as we I was about to say coming as we speak. Airing as we speak. We can keep going. We'll talk about that next week. Sword of the Demon Hunter. That had a really good first episode.
That did have a really good episode.
That felt like watching a movie.
That shit was beautiful.
Yeah.
I felt like low key, like, that was tough. Like the first 20 minutes was like kind of build up, but then like those last 30 minutes, like you really felt those last 30 minutes.
Yeah, no. And then you want more.
Mm-hmm.
I can't stand y'all niggas right now.
I don't know what you're referring to.
Yeah, Ken. Would you like to enlighten us? What was going through your mind?
Yeah, you okay? Why are you so like, what's up with your brain, bro?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just neurodivergent.
Neurodivergent. Is that what they call it these days?
little spicy.
Y'all called me Gramps. I thought we were gooners last week. So we neurodivergents now?
Neurodivergent gooners is crazy.
Yeah, that's pretty much what it is at this point.
That's basically everybody with Emma Frost.
Who watched Mushoku Tensei. I've made that my mission to slander Mushoku Tensei every chance I get. I need y'all to know that.
I peeped your last few videos.
You saw me, yeah. Look.
This nigga going a little too hard, right?
Hey, we gotta bring them Mushoku Tensei meat riders down a little peg or a notch or 10 notches.
Literally, them niggas, dog, they be riding hard.
What he did in the most recent novel chapter, from what I've been seeing, is we need to check his files.
Somebody tried to tell me in my comments too of that video. They were like, "Yeah, you don't understand the writing because what they're doing is they're showing that that's how he started, and over time he becomes something else." And I was like, "Does he become not a pedophile?" And they're like, "Well, I mean," and then Marcus was like something about his auntie or something. And what'd you say? He said something.
His daughter. No, his daughter is.
Oh no, his cousin.
Yeah,
bro, he's married to his cousin. He's literally married to
he's married to his cousin, and then his daughter is marrying the nigga with the big eye with the staff that was traveling with them. And then his son is with his aunt, his sister.
Yeah, nah. Anyways, them niggas, if I see you defending Mushoku Tensei in my comments, I'm just gonna assume that you might have a kid in your trunk. Can I say that? I can't. So let me chill. Yeah,
I was about to say also next time you said say some Edo file or PDF or something.
Oh yeah, you're right. My bad. PDF file. My bad. I got disconnected. I had to reconnect. Boom, we back. All right. We got Fire Force.
Mid.
Chill,
I think they did a good job. I think
that was a great.
It wasn't the greatest, but it wasn't terrible.
Fuck.
I think they did a good job. I think they did. What they did was it's been 5 years, so they had to reintroduce us to the characters, kind of remind people because most people ain't gonna watch a recap video or something like that. So they had to remind it.
Love the series, they would have watched a recap video.
Yeah, it's not JJK, it's Fire Force. They don't truly love it. They just really enjoy it. Look at Ken. He looked like a man that loves Fire Force. He just let you slander it. He didn't even fight for it. I wish you would say that about JJK.
I'm finding IP addresses just now as we speak.
IP addresses. You hear this? That's something only a Fire Force fan would do.
Nah, it was a lot of buildup though. It was a lot of buildup.
You know what I mean? I think the whole thing with Captain Burns was kind of crazy. Like they put a nice.
No, that was crazy.
I like the little words that were going on.
Yeah. I watched it on a pirate site first. I had to go to Crunchyroll because the shit was confusing me. Because they be having to do that shit themselves. It was throwing me off. So I had to go actually watch the official release, and I was okay. That makes way more sense. But they were putting like the words over what they think the words are. Because they be having the shitty translations on high anime sometimes.
Yeah, no, they do. I know exactly what you mean.
But it was good. I'm excited for it. I think they're gonna cook. I like their animation style. Them sound effects, dog. Just the sound effects enough for me to be fire. They be putting all their money into the audio budget.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Let's see. Tbate. Everybody knows. Everybody.
Yeah.
I cannot wait till anybody in the chat. I hope you guys stick around for the official ratings. Y'all are gonna laugh at Tbates. I promise you.
Peak Fiction, best episode ever to come out in the last 20 years of anime.
Hey, Tbate's gas, dog.
Hey, they put out a petition to cancel season 1.
I did see that. Somebody DM'd me to make a video about it.
I got that shit. Listen,
yeah, I got it.
It's gonna be fine, dog. Tbate's gonna be fine. The beginning of the manga will start the same way. The art was ass. Let's be honest. Like, it wasn't great.
No, the art wasn't ass. No, the art.
It wasn't what it is now. I like the art better now. Shit's HD as fuck.
Nah, the Tbate art at the beginning was pretty trash. It wasn't like the worst thing ever, but it wasn't.
It wasn't the worst thing ever, but it wasn't
good.
Bro, come on. There was some moments where you just kind of look like,
come on, Ken, put the glazing to the side.
I'm not even glazing. Like, the art, Fuyuki was not a bad artist. He did all of it until.
Hey, listen, you can be a good artist.
You could get better as the
I'm about to say, yeah, like that's you could tell he was in the lab. He was in the lab. You could tell. And no, they had like 3 different artists, didn't they?
Yeah, they switched artists around like 100 and like.
Fuyuki,
I'm glad they got Fuyuki's ass up out of there. I ain't gonna lie to you.
No, that wasn't the nigga that was ass. It was the second nigga that was ass.
Listen, all I know is the beginning art was not where we're at.
Tbate's beginning art was pretty mid, bro.
It was better than the second nigga, but it still wasn't that great. Like, if we just keeping it a buck 50. Was it as good as SoloLeveling's?
It was like Tower of God level, like bad. Like, you remember when like the beginning of Tower of God?
No, you can't even.
I am dragging it. I'm dragging it.
No, so like Red Eye Studios has like probably some of like the best mono art. Like, it wasn't better than SoloLeveling's to start. No.
Type shit.
No, but
type shit.
I think
they worked it out.
I think y'all gassing on how bad
the sentiment.
It's like a 3 out of 10. It's a 3 out of 10.
All
I'm saying is,
no, because I ain't gonna like chat.
So
these niggas didn't send me hella panels of the nigga Fuyuki from the beginning that there's like, oh, this got aura. This panel.
Whoa. We said Arthur got aura. We didn't say the art got aura.
Yeah,
it's not because
the art made him
Arthur
have
has
aura,
so much. No.
It was the
Arthur
design.
has so much aura. Arthur has so much aura that he can beat out bad animation.
I don't think I sent a single picture to you guys until like chapter 74. That is
he
not
was
the
doing
beginning.
it.
That was not the beginning.
But it was more because of the story at that.
Later. I think that's literally 3 seasons in.
Yeah, I think with Tbate, them seasons be like 7 chapters. The point of what I'm saying though is Tbate has a chance. The first season is if we have shitty animation the first season, but we get greenlit for a second season, and they cook on the second season. Think about it. That's going to be the adventurer arc. It's probably going to be deep in the note arc.
I can't tell.
We could actually cook.
I don't know if from what because they were getting like 24 episodes, right?
I thought it was 12.
I pray to God we're not getting 24.
No, we're getting more than 12.
They're giving us 24 episodes of this?
I think from what I've seen, I think we're getting 24.
Maybe they'll cook. Listen.
No, but it could be what do you call it? Like a core, like in cores. So like the first 12 episodes will come out and then like 6 months later.
Because they had panels in like shots of him running as Note with the mask. During the event.
They did at the very end, but like I don't know if that was just teasing. My thing is maybe with the way that they promoted and marketed this show, they really thought they had a hit on their hands. So maybe it's just a first few episodes thing. Maybe like we get through like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 15, 16 episodes, and then maybe they'll start cooking. You know what I mean? Let's just have faith. Let's all just collectively come and cope together. We on, Tbate, it's not over yet.
Hey, I would love for that to like be the case, but like I don't know when that has ever happened. Like when the animation like has looked bad actually no, I can't even say that because Blue Lock season 2 did it, but that was for like 1 episode though. Like you know what I mean?
Yeah, that was for 1 episode. Yeah. Hey, listen, there's a first time for everything. Tbate has already been generational as a mom. Well, let's see if it can just come back from on some LeBron James shit down 3-1. Okay,
bro. If Tbate comes back, the first people, I'm going to light novel historian.
Yeah,
I'm tagging him in every single post.
Literally, because bro was like, Tbate is so unconditionally cooked. Like, dog, like I can't even gas this anime anymore. Yeah, nah, facts. All right, that's enough. How we spend so much time on Tbate?
You know, we're passionate about Peak, and when Peak is not being represented as Peak, you know.
Just for a quick reminder, anybody in the chat because we got a whole bunch of new people in the chat. Anybody in the chat dropping questions and comments, we're going to get to those in a second. Just give us a chance to get through this list. We're right now currently going through all the spring anime that dropped. Next up is your Forma, which I know nobody in this chat, I know nobody on this podcast actually watched.
I didn't even.
It was actually really interesting.
Is that the one that's on YouTube, or is it which one is?
Where did I watch it at? It might be on Crunchy. I don't remember. I watched it at this point. No, it's also basically in the past there was like this virus, and the only way for them to cure the virus was to implant this thing called a Forma in your brain that cured everybody. But the Forma had a defect that it tracks. I'm wondering if it's a defect because this is a real odd defect to have. It has a defect that basically can. All right, Marcus. All right, bro. You watched a show called From Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman. Are we on slander? All right. Anyways, the Forma basically can track all your memories, your taste, sense, smell, sight, feelings, or whatever, and it keeps like a memory bank in your brain. Okay. In the future, which is where the time is set, people can use that to track crimes and stuff like that. There's a special kind of detective that's able to dive into their brain or whatever and see like what happened, how this person died, or what they were experiencing or what they were feeling leading up to it, maybe, even if they don't know how they died. And the main character is one of those type of detectives. They also have these.
So like psychopaths?
Very in that realm, definitely in that realm. They have these androids that everybody has. They're kind of a common thing. They're not able to hurt humans. The more I explain it, the more, yes, it does sound kind of similar. And most of them, in order to brain dive, you have to be connected to one of those basically supercomputers, androids or whatever, they're very human-like. You wouldn't be able to tell they're not human unless you knew.
Oh, damn. Okay.
But she's always trying. Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I'm about to go too deep. It's really good. It's super interesting. It is kind of, I will say, I had to really lock in to get through the first episode because it's a lot. You know what I mean? But, you know, it'd be like that. Your Form was fire. Y'all should at least try to get to the first episode. See, let me know what y'all think. Marcus said he fell asleep 5 minutes in. I get it. Ken, you're a writer, and you always be talking about how shitty JJK's writing is. So I feel like after all that slander on how basic and boring JJK is, you should at least give this a chance. And if not,
I didn't even know about it. That's why I didn't even.
No, now you know about it.
I'm tapping. I'm tapping about Mid.
And then maybe eventually you can finish reading JJK. Next, we have Witch Watch. I ain't watched that. Marcus, will you want to talk about that?
Witch Watch? Yeah, it's basically like a little like rom-com. I'll kind of say it as.
Yeah.
It's about like, bro, it's like the most like, I don't think I'm gonna watch the next episode. I mean, it's kind of funny. But like basically like his like childhood friend like leaves when he was like 4, and like to become like a witch or like train under like some witch like society or schooling, and then like they like meet back up like 12 years later.
And you said you wouldn't watch. You're not gonna watch the next episode.
No, it's not for me.
Bro, put Mid on our list. Okay, all right. What about the next one? From Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman.
Now that shit
looks smooth.
Oh my god!
I was not expecting it, but it got Mashoko Tensei like animation type shit. I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of taken aback by how good that shit was looking.
Why are you gonna bring up the Mashoko Freak saying on my pod, on my good, clean, wholesome? You feel me?
Because they got good animation at the very.
There's a million other shows that got good animation.
Nah. Kind of have the same art style too.
Same Mashoko Tensei in my presence, like saying Lord Voldemort. Don't say that shit. We don't say that shit here.
Bro, nah, but you know what makes my good old country bumpkin to Master Swordsman, whatever you want to call it. What makes that so good is like you know how you have that one friend that like stays living in the same place forever, like they solidified in their like little comfort zone.
Yeah, little corner.
But like they could do better if they just got out.
Yeah,
it's gives you that same type of vibe. Like that's like the main character basically. He grew up in the countryside and like all he knows is the countryside. But like then all these people that he's taught out throughout the years to be like a swordsman are like, oh nah, you gotta come to the city because like, yo, we could hook you up. get you this great job. You could become like a teacher for everybody. You're the best swordsman in the entirety of the like world, basically. So, bro, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Nah, let me
Also vagabond type shit.
Nah, well, look, he's about to hit it.
He's about to get his
Best
bag.
anime I have ever.
Nah, I wasn't. Nah,
Get in your duffel.
Gonna say all that. Nah, I'm not.
Now I'm real curious. We're gonna talk about.
Nah.
I'm gonna remind you. I'm like, where was your brain going at minute 35 in the pod? Real quick. We're good. All right, bet. So last but not least on this, we got Yaiba. We got one more actually I'm gonna bring up, but we got Yaiba. What y'all think? I didn't get a chance to watch that.
Dragon Ball
crazy
clone?
fight. Yeah, I'm about to say honestly, it looked like it was a really cool fight, but I still can't get past the chibi like style animation, dog. Like
that shit was like chibi Dragon Ball Z. That shit was like you basically had Goku with a sword versus TN with a sword. That's what it looks like.
Watching that though, like just lets you know that like even though I'm not the biggest One Piece fan, Wit probably gonna cook like crazy with the remake. Like,
if they ever actually fucking finish that shit, dog.
No, true, but I'm just saying, like the shit that Wit been coming out with, they got Yaiba, they got Moonrise coming out this season too.
No, they might go on a generational run.
Wit might replace like some of these other top tier studios, like what they've been cooking.
Here we go.
I agree with that.
Would you let them anime Kagurabachi?
I would 100% let them anime Kagurabachi.
I'm not asking you, Ken. I'm asking Marcus, the mother and father of Kagurabachi.
I would 100% let Wit Studio anime Kagurabachi. 10,000%.
Fair enough.
I don't care if we don't get that shit till 2030.
Wait. So if you had the pick of the litter, you would pick Wit Studio.
Like at any anime studio?
Yeah. I'm changing the question. I know I'm not trying to corner you, but if you had to pick of the litter, how high up would Wit Studio be on your list? We'll say if you could pick 3.
It would be pretty high. I don't know. It's hard though, because like even though like with the studio, like you still never know what you're gonna get. Like I would love, like I could say Mappa, but Mappa does Hell's Paradise pretty dirty.
It looks like they were redeeming themselves with season 2.
And everything else they did was fine. It was just Hell's Paradise. They were like,
hey, but I want Kagurabachi to be the Hell's Paradise of that shit. You feel me?
Hey, I'm sure you can find some bullshit that Wit did, though.
I'm just hope you don't get bones.
Find some bullshit that Wit did. I thought you said Gachi Akuta is about to be the best anime this year. Best new anime this year.
Hey man.
Oh, we got him in another one. He already backtracking. Look, I don't let none of your narratives go. I hold on to
shit. I like that.
My forma. Yeah.
Your forma is crazy.
Hey, Gachakuta gonna be better than any other shonen to come out until Kagurabachi comes out.
That's crazy.
Gachakuta fans, y'all better enjoy it while you can.
Get past Sakamoto.
I think Bones is low key giving more love to Gachakuta than MHA.
Oh, now you're just glazing. All right, next. So last, we got Super Cute. Super Cute came out.
Bro saw a trailer and said immediately,
literally, I'm like, bro,
let me lock in.
He saw 1 minute of that shit and he's like, oh, this shit better than MHA.
Literally, bro.
Crazy.
All right, Super Cute. What are your thoughts? Ken, you got to Super Cute yet?
I just watched the first 2. I didn't watch the other ones yet.
Okay.
If we were judging off that first episode, I'd be like, yo, Super Cube was the best episode.
If we're just off the first episode, it's top 5 on this list, top 3 on this list, not gonna lie. But they got like 5 of them hoes out now. So I mean, we got a little bit more tape to work with.
I don't know. I still think like y'all are kind of glazing with like the animation being bad. Like the animation is not even bad for Super Cube.
I wasn't.
It's not for me. It's an amalgamation of things. The story isn't good enough for where the animation is at. Now, if the animation was where it was in the first episode, then I would shut up. But the story is like real, like they kind of it's choppy. It's not like it's smooth. It's very like basic. Not even basic in the sense of like I know we call SoloLeveling basic, but I'm saying even his most basic of motivations feel just like I guess. Like JJK. Bro was his girlfriend. He met her in one episode. Okay. Right.
Nah, he didn't. Nah, he knew her entire life.
I mean, he knew of her. Okay, whatever.
They knew each other for 16 years. What do you mean?
Bro,
actually, no, they're in college.
They was tapped in for real. Bro. They locked in.
That shit just seems so like.
Bro, they literally showed the flashback of like them.
I remember the flashback. Yeah, I saw the PNG file that they showed too. The little.
Bro, I don't think you've been watching.
Bro, this shit is like the pacing is weird. Like,
God for that shit.
Bro, Ken, you watched an episode. You say 2. When you say 2, that means 1 in my brain because I know you. So you watch 1 episode, maybe. You might have stopped at the end of the fight. So we don't know if you actually watched the whole episode. He probably watched the clips of the fight on our TikToks if we being real. The same way he read JJK. He read JJK through our leaks on Thursday nights. Which is why he thinks it's so bad. But anyways, it just feels like it doesn't like
it's all right. No, you want me to be honest? It honestly just feels like a better Solo Leveling. Like the Super Cube literally feels like if Solo Leveling was just like had a better MC, like better side characters, a better plot, better mystery behind the plot. If Solo Leveling actually had a Gojo, because Solo Leveling just has Sung Jin Woo, so.
Yeah. And that right there, y'all, is
Marcus Yale's anime. Look, hey, look. That is Marcus Yale's anime, and I do not approve of that message. Can't wait to put that one out. Finally, I'm not gonna be the one getting clowned on Instagram.
Getting death threats.
Bro, nah, you can't lie though. As soon as that what's his name? Quinjin? Or Zijin? I forgot his name. But like, bro, the purple haired dude, once he pulls back up to the scene.
Yeah, literally,
that shit about to turn up.
Did you see in the preview for the next episode? They were like, they were fighting, and then they just showed a clip of Broder's jacket for like a half a second and switched over. I'm like, oh yeah, they got me. I'm back. I'll be here next week.
It only took a jacket.
Because that could have been 15 minutes of straight ass and just that preview of them showing him.
We got like 4 fights on. He ran a gauntlet of it was the most like enjoyably mid gauntlet I've ever seen in an anime. Like it wasn't like peak animation, but it wasn't terrible. The choreography was pretty good. The characters he was fighting were ass. That's part of what it is. They're just like, you don't care who you just, okay, this dude used to box. This dude is like some kind of weird spidery assassin. This dude is just an old nigga. You feel me? Like the girl that they're about to fight seems like the most interesting person that they've seen, honestly, only because she reminds me of what's her name from My Hero Academia that has the blood court. Toga, right? Something like that. Her name, yeah. So, anyways, I don't know. We'll see. We don't have to stick on Super Cube for an hour, but it's cool. It's really, really cool. We'll just leave it at that.
It's just a great value Solo Leveling. I appreciate it for what it is.
Me too, 100%. It's extremely great value. But if the first episode wasn't what it was, then I wouldn't even be like,
oh, nah.
It wouldn't even be on your radar.
It set the bar extremely high. So now it's just like, and I know it's hard to keep that. People say you can't keep that momentum, but we've watched anime do it all year. Bleach Thousand, Blood War did it. Solo Leveling did it.
JJK season 2.
Don did it. JJK did it. I would say
repeat that.
I said JJK season 2.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, love that. Yeah. You're supposed to that people act like it's not possible. Like, you know, they're like, oh, it's whatever.
Castlevania,
Fire.
You said what?
Fire Force.
Yep.
Listen. What we're gonna do is
don't catch me.
First we'll do all right. So which had the best first episode out of all the new anime we just listed? Now, again, I'll go down the list. We got Devilman Crybaby, Windbreaker. Excuse me. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to be better. Lazarus, 2B Hero X, My Hero Vigilante, which we haven't seen yet. Sword of the Demon Hunter, Fire Force, Tbate, Your Forma, Midwatch, from Mid Country Bumpkin to Mid Master Swordsman, and Yaiba. Which one had the best first episode to you guys?
Okay, that's all you, G.
I think it's going to have to be either Lazarus or 2B Hero X. But I think I'm going to go with 2B Hero X for 1A and Lazarus 1B.
Oh, that was an extremely great lukewarm take from Ken Kaizen.
Bro, that was just the best by far. Those two right there. Because like the story, like I like the premise of Lazarus was cool, but I feel like it was just more so showcasing like the little world and and just the character himself. But I feel like we got a little bit more of a deeper story with top tier animation with 2B Hero X. And like we got some nice like cliffhanger type shit too going on. Mystery implications. and like darkening the theme as well. So like I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going with To Be Hero X for probably the best.
I'm not mad at it.
First episode.
Marcus yells anime. What was the best first episode you watched? You got to watch
Sword of the Demon Hunter. Sword of the Demon Hunter. I don't even think it's close. That was like the best first episode I think I've ever watched for an anime. Like,
really?
You got, mind you, they did not because
it was an hour long. Yeah,
bro, they did that shit for an hour long, and that shit had you on the fucking like tips of your heels, feet, toes, goosebumps for like the last 30, bro.
No, it was a great. It was a great.
That
episode.
shit was crazy.
I know. It just reminded me a little bit too much of Demon Slayer.
I'm not gonna lie, I gotta agree with Marcus. I thought I was gonna have the hot take here. Marcus jumped the line. Yeah, I agree. Sword of the Demon Hunter was like it felt too much like a movie. You gotta think about it too. It came out of nowhere. We didn't really have a whole lot of like pre-marketing for it. We've been seeing To Be Hero X twice a week for the last 3-4. They dropped a trailer every damn week. You feel me? In some way, shape, or form. So there's a lot of hype for it. We're all excited for it. It was really good, and that's probably my number 2. But oh man, for anime to come out of nowhere, and if you want to say similar to Demon Slayer, I mean that kind of makes it even harder on the anime because it has a lot to live up to. That's probably one of the greatest anime that's come out in the last 10 years. I mean, from a sales and analytics standpoint, you know what I mean? So,
and even like talking about first episodes, like Demon Slayer had a hell of a first episode too.
It did. Yeah, so I'm sorry. I think I go to Sword of the Demon Hunter. Like that shit felt like a movie.
I'm not mad at the take. That's valid. I mean, it was a great episode. So, like, I mean, we got like
suspenseful.
We got like 8 good first episodes.
Oh no,
definitely.
You can't really go wrong with anyone you picked.
Yeah, I'm not mad at what anybody says. Honestly, I think To Be Hero X was amazing. Lazarus was amazing.
I can't wait to see how Moonrise's first episode is going to be.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah. Space Attack on Titan, as people in my comments were saying.
Space Attack on Titan is
bro,
crazy.
Bro, the stuff that I was doing some more research on it, bro. Like they got the director is the dude who did Attack on Titan seasons 2 and 3.
No, they literally got the whole AOT staff basically.
And like the character designs are done by
Full Metal Alchemist.
Yep. And I think it's simul dubbing at the same time.
Shout out to simul dub. We appreciate y'all.
Yeah, that's facts, bro. Honestly, like
shout out to because To Be Hero X had a simul dub too.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, that shit had like a triple dub, bro.
Yeah,
that shit had Chinese, Japanese, and
everything.
English. That shit was crazy.
When I clicked on the site and I'm like, oh wait, y'all got dubbed already. Say less, like,
bro. That should be getting me so hyped whenever there's a simul dub, bro. I really do appreciate that. It like kind of has gotten to the point because we got so many simul dubs now that like when a show doesn't have a simul dub, like I'd be disappointed as fuck.
Yeah. I'd be a little sad too, I ain't gonna lie, because it's a little extra work to watch too. Like the viewing experience, like say what you want about the subtitle shit, but like the viewing experience when it's in a language that you actually understand is so much better. You don't have to look down and read while you're watching what's going on. You kind of miss things sometimes, especially like if you're like us, because we have to analyze every little inch of the show. Like I think that's when you really notice that subs kind of take away from it. Like when you actually have to analyze what you're watching, you know what I mean, and be able to explain it.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I'll have to I'll watch it and I'll be like, dang, I kind of missed what they said. And I'll watch a little more like, dang, what did I just miss in the what I'm in the viewing experience? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Type shit. So
that's valid. Yeah.
It'll take me like 35 minutes to watch a 20-minute episode sometimes.
It is annoying. And like you can't even like do like little bullshit to the side. Like you can't even
look at your phone for, like, bro. 2 seconds. Oh my god.
Bro, you can't even eat sometimes, bro, depending on the angle you watching that shit from.
Bro, listen, I literally started trying to download a clip for a video or whatever after watching To Be Hero X, and I missed the cliffhanger at the end. So I made my video, posted it, and they're like, "You didn't see the cliffhanger?" I was like, "What?" I went back and I was like, I looked down for 2 seconds, bro, like literally 2 seconds. But yeah, facts. So let's go through these IMDb rankings. How do you say it, Marcus?
IMDb. You got it.
Okay, bet. I don't know why I should be twisting my tongue so much. All right. I want you guys to guess, and I'll tell you guys what it was. So we can go down the list and see. Devil May Cry. What do you guys think the ranking is?
Like what it got? Like with the score?
Yeah.
Like a 9.
Is it just an episode or is it like the whole thing?
Ooh,
because
it's just one episode and it's in the middle of the season, so that was gonna be a little bit of an outlier, I'd say. Like a little bit.
So it's probably like the best episode from that.
Might have been.
I'll give it like a 9.2 then.
Yeah,
9.2. Marcus got it. Ding ding ding.
Okay. All right, bet.
All right. Let's see if Midbreaker even made the list. Midbreaker didn't make the list. Maybe it'll come out tomorrow, or maybe they'll add it tomorrow.
So I think I saw something. It got like an 8 or something. It was like in the 8s.
Womp womp. All right, Lazarus.
I'll say like
I think that got a 9.0. I feel like
I'm gonna say 8.8.
9.0.
Oh shit!
I ain't gonna lie, nigga Ken probably pulled up the list. You know, Ken ass. Like,
looking at that shit right now.
Look at him. Look at him. I caught his ass. I know.
I did not have
bro. Look at his face. When
you
like,
can tell.
He's like,
bro went to Catholic school. He's not a good liar. Hey, or maybe he's the best liar. One of those. Hey,
Catholic school liars for real.
Depends. To Be Hero X. What do you guys think the ranking is?
I probably got a higher rating than
9.3.
Yeah, I'll say it's 9.3 too.
9.3 it is.
Whoa.
You're not good at hiding it, bro. Like,
look, bro, this is literally right here.
Bro, you got double screens, bro. Like, I'm not. Come on now.
Do I got?
You got that shit pulled up on the computer.
Let's see. Is Sword of the Demon Hunter on here? Oh, it is Sword of the Demon Hunter.
Ooh.
I feel.
Do they give it a 9.2 or 9.1? I feel like it's either one of those two.
Bro, it's gonna be like some bullshit rating just because like it's not as big as the other ones. So I feel like they don't put respect on it. So I'll probably go like 8.7.
8.4. They did it extremely dirty.
That is insane.
That's
insane.
That's
8.4 is what?
That should have been like a 9.5, honestly.
8.4 is devious. We're gonna have a conversation about this one. Fire Force.
Probably like an 8.7.
I'm gonna say like 8.3.
7.8.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. It was like a build up.
It was kind of like a recap episode. It was a recap episode. Let's see.
I just thought maybe they were just a little bit biased and they was just.
Oh wow, Yaiba remake.
8.6.
Yaiba remake. I don't know because there wasn't really much substance to the episode.
It was just straight hands.
Yeah, I'll probably
hands and nostalgia.
Yeah,
it was. I'll probably give it like an 8.
I'd say 8.6.
8.5. 8.5. All right. Witch Watch.
I didn't even watch it, so I'm gonna say 7.
Marks, what do you
I'm
think?
gonna say 7.8.
Yeah.
8.8.
What?
Yeah, bro. I don't. You said I'm not gonna watch it again. That's crazy. 8.8. There's a Witch Watch fan at IMDb.
I'm not gonna lie though. Nah. Maybe I'm hating.
Nah, because stand 10. No.
I will say though, because Olivia really enjoyed it. So
maybe it's different demographic. Maybe who just
ain't for me. That's for sure.
Maybe. All right. There's one called Kowloon Generic Romance. They hit 8.5. Looks like another remake because of the animation style. I don't know, but Tbate. Last and not least, Tbate.
Damn. So he got a 6.8.
I think he got a 6.9. I think I saw that one.
6.9.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. I haven't seen a 6. I don't know I don't think even Sakamoto Days got. Yeah, look, I don't even think Sakamoto Days got a 6. That's insane.
Shouldn't have gotten a 6. Sakamoto Days.
Oh, the one episode you watched.
Nigga.
Can't watch clips. He didn't even watch.
Literally,
I watched 8 episodes.
Yeah, the opening shouldn't have gotten a 6.5.
Literally. All right. Nah, Sword of the Demon Hunter getting 8.4 is devious.
That's actually a drastic snub.
They gave One Piece 1123 a 9.1, and they gave 1124 8.7. I'm not even gonna lie. One Piece might have got a little carried on that rating. They were good episodes, but more so because we were just happy to have One Piece back. You know what I mean? But it's a little glaze on them. The second one
One
made a
Piece
little more
fans that
sense.
doesn't cope is nice.
I'm an honest fan. You feel me? Like I still come from Kishimoto Naruto high, so you know what I mean. I ain't got a cap about it. I'll lie for Naruto. I ain't gonna lie for One Piece. Yeah, okay. Crazy first week. It's this. What you thinking?
Is the Crunchyroll Awards nominations out now?
Oh yeah, we do got to talk about that.
Yeah, I think we have some time. I think I don't think the actual awards. Let me see when the awards are.
Because they got SoloLeveling Season 1 versus Frieren, Kaiju, and some other stuff on there for Anime of the Year.
I think it's like in like 14 days, so that could be like a next pod type of topic.
For sure.
Well, actually, yeah, it is on. Oh wait, no, the voting is until April 14th. Let's see.
I might actually vote this year.
Oh, so it's actually on May 25th. Okay, I'm gonna vote too, but let's see what these categories are real quick. We can go through it. Let me see.
I think, bro, I saw like a majority of them. It's like the same shit for
most of them
on repeat. Like the new anime of the year and like anime of the year is like the same. It's the same shit. It's literally the same nominees.
Okay, let's see. I'm trying to find the list. I guess I'll just go to vote and just do that. All right. I'll go to the anime of the year category. Don to Don, Kaiju number 8, Delicious in Dungeon, SoloLeveling, Apothecary Diaries, and Frieren Beyond Journey's End.
Wow.
And Manga Animus kind of brought up a good point. Jujutsu Kaisen got snubbed because last year's awards, they only considered hidden inventory, which is like 3 or 4 episodes. So it was technically supposed to fall in this category.
That's crazy.
I guess that's just
JJK didn't make it.
JJK got snubbed. I'm kind of hurt about it. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's
actually wild.
That's actually kind of deserved though. Like when you compare JJK to like all those other ones on the list, like truly, what was JJK season 2 better than? It wasn't better than Frieren. It definitely wasn't better than Frieren. It wasn't better than SoloLeveling.
There's a conversation for both of those. What?
It wasn't better.
I don't even think it was. It wasn't even better than Delicious in Dungeon.
It wasn't. It definitely wasn't better than
peak rage bait. Wait, so you guys are saying Jujutsu Kaisen season 2 wasn't better than Delicious in Dungeon? It's not even a conversation for Frieren or SoloLeveling. Like y'all saying that they got blown out the water.
I think it's a
y'all
conversation.
Like it got blown out the water.
SoloLeveling is fine.
It's a conversation for SoloLeveling season 1, but Delicious in Dungeon and Frieren, I don't think it's a conversation.
Delicious in Dungeon?
I don't even think it's I don't even think it's there with the Apothecary Diaries season 1.
And that's not wrong to say.
We'll let the comments decide this one. And
well, the comments probably haven't even seen half of those, so like it don't even matter what the comments are gonna say. They're gonna just say JJK because that's the only shit they've seen out of
SoloLeveling.
Lost probably has only seen JJK and SoloLeveling.
Frieren's story has equal in terms of like fight. I literally just rewatched it with my girl, and Frieren has top tier fights. They have like a really good story, emotional implications. You actually learning some really good fucking life lessons in that whole like that's like a amazing 28 episode season of just like no misses. And
I'm not mad at Frieren. I want to talk about Delicious in Dungeon.
Delicious in Dungeon, bro. Did you watch it?
No.
I think that'd be the next thing. That's the next thing you got to watch with your girl.
It's basically like I would say it's like equal Frieren in terms of like world building
and storytelling.
I think,
and then it has a whole nother extra comedy layer and like slice of life layer that like it's masterfully like intertwined with like all the action that's like going on. Like it's definitely a one of one type of series.
Yeah, it just didn't get talked about enough
because it released on Netflix too, and yeah. So I'm I'm surprised that it's up for Anime of the Year, because what did it originally release only on Netflix? Did it release on any other place?
No, it was a Netflix original. But I think it was like one of the most popular Netflix series of last year.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, Down to Down released on Netflix originally too. It was on Crunchyroll at first.
Okay.
Or Hulu.
Okay. Don't get me wrong. Season 2 of JJK was done.
Series, Dawn to Dawn, Delicious in Dungeon, Free Run, Kaiju number 8, Solo Leveling, The Apothecary Diaries.
I think here's what I think is gonna happen. They're gonna give Anime of the Year to Solo Leveling.
For season 1, though?
Yeah.
I don't think season 1 is gonna beat Free Run or
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Because if there's
if it was better, like the way I'm looking at the way it's worded, Anime of the Year
is like the most popular thing.
It says, hold on, I'll read it. I'll read the description. Each year, a wave of new anime make their debut, but this category honors the standout series that truly capture the audience's imagination. These exceptional newcomers feature distinct narratives, innovative artistry, and memorable characters that set them apart, leaving the viewer eagerly anticipating the next season and establishing themselves as instant classics in the world of anime. I mean, Solo Leveling pretty much checks all those boxes for the most part, too. Yeah. So I mean, it is a good argument. I don't think if
that's how they're wording it.
It's not a snub if Solo Leveling wins, is what I'm trying to say. Like,
yeah.
Solo Leveling was the biggest thing that came out last year. Still, Free Run felt like it was bigger because it came from nothing. Like Solo Leveling had an IP before. Free Run, nobody really knew what the fuck that was. It took the world by storm, but it didn't take the world the way Solo Leveling did. But so I understand if Solo Leveling wins based on the way they might have worded it, just so they can make it make sense for Solo Leveling. But I mean,
because I'm wondering, like, that specific anime awards from like last year's coming out right at the point where season 2 basically just went nuclear, even did way better than even season 1 did. So I'm wondering if there's a lot of like recency bias going from season 2 and like inflating season 1's like
oh, there definitely is.
There's a little bit, but I mean, there could also be Solo Leveling was going insane last year. I mean, this year went
it was. But that's what I'm saying.
There wasn't another show that came out last year that was doing what Solo Leveling did as far as popularity. So I mean, if this is a popularity contest, then
I could see it. But I guess when you look at Delicious in Dungeon and Free Run, I feel like it's more so like, you know, like that indie artist that's like really just like refining like their art form, but it's just not well known, but like they could compete with anyone, versus just like the artist that's like backed by like a major label that might not be as talented or good, but they gonna be more known and more popular. So I feel like that's kind of like the comparison of the two.
Bro, honestly, like also I would say this, like I had a more enjoyable time watching Solo Leveling than I did Free Run. I did.
More enjoyable time?
Free Run was amazing. It was a great show, but also like, bro, it's like, I don't know what it is about like people when they talk about Free Run. Oh, Free Run better when, like Solo Leveling better not when, like, they like, it's like some people, some anime fans have like a weird obsession of like that they feel better than other anime fans because they feel like they're more sophisticated, and just because of watching Free Run and watching shows with deeper meanings, that automatically like tells you that it's better than
Solo Leveling is high octane nitro gas, like 12 episodes straight to the veins, and it's gonna hit,
bro. Like
it's gonna hit.
We watch series for like different reasons.
Yeah,
like you don't watch Solo Leveling for the same reason you watch Free Run. I don't think anybody watches Solo Leveling and Free Run for the same reasons, you know?
Same thing with like that Vinland Saga situation, like 2 years ago before this.
When it was Vinland Saga versus JJK, it was the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, I don't know. In my personal opinion, I think Solo Leveling does what Solo Leveling does better than Frieren does what Frieren does.
That's a great point. That's that boy Podden.
Yes.
The only reason I made a face was because I was looking at other categories and I found one with Ninja Kamui in it. That's
it better be big flop.
Best original anime, but there's some in here that I'm really familiar with. Buchi Agiri, Mappa Studios made that. I didn't see that. Metallic Rouge, I did see that. It was actually pretty good. Girl Band Cry, Toei Animation, Ninja Kamui. It just even feels funny saying that. Train to the End of the World and Jellyfish Can't Swim at Night. If Ninja Kamui actually does win, just what if? Let's just in a world where Ninja Kamui wins this.
Sell the whole Crunchyroll Awards.
It might be Buchigiri might win now.
I think it will. I remember it making some noise, and it's a Mappa show anyways. Metallic Rouge was actually really good. I only watched like 3 or 4 episodes of it, but it was just a lot going on this time.
Hey, this Ninja Kamui was really good for the first 3 episodes too.
It was on a generational run.
That is
we were saying that shit was the next JJK. Like, bro.
That is facts. That is facts. Ooh, this is a good category. Best continuing series. You got Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War, One Piece, Demon Slayer, Oshi no Ko, Spy Family, and My Hero Academia Season 7. That's an interesting category.
Watch Oshi no Ko win. Watch that shit win. It's probably going to be One Piece.
Yeah, I feel like with the run that One Piece was on,
it's probably going to be One Piece.
If not, I mean, I haven't watched Bleach 1,000-Year Blood War, so I can't really give my opinion on.
Honestly, it's one of those conversations to where One Piece probably had the bigger moments, but Bleach was a lot more concise. Of course, one was all year, one was 12 episodes or whatever, but Bleach was really concise for what they gave us. I will say that.
But
yeah.
I also feel like My Hero Academia has a good chance at winning that too. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if season 8 comes in and
I really enjoyed season 7. I really enjoyed season 7.
My bad. Because bro, season 7, especially towards the end of the season, like that shit was just on a like banger after banger after banger.
You had the Toga story into the Todoroki family story into Deku with Gear Shift, like
into a little bit of Shigaraki,
I'm sure. Like
All Might versus
All Might for One. Shit, that's gonna be. I'm gonna be watching that category with the magnifying glass because that's a stacked category. I'm sure Oshi no Ko, everybody that talks about it only says good things about it, so I'm sure it deserves to be here as well. So it's gonna be a dogfight, and honestly, it sounds crazy.
It got a bunch of awards the year before. It had a haul.
A haul is crazy. I actually enjoyed the Hashira training arc. Like I really did. Like I know nobody else did. Maybe I'm just the only one. Ken is about to have an aneurysm because
all that anime filler.
Ken's stressing, right?
Literally, like Ken's stressing. Listen, the Hashira training arc was really interesting. It was fun. It ended in a bang, literally. Like that shit.
No, the way they ended it was tough. That shit was fire.
That was like that was nah.
Because that's like the perfect way to
sprinkle it as like a little dark horse. It was
good. Like it was like character development. We got to learn a lot about Giyu and some of the other Hashira. You know what I mean? Like animation, of course, is Studio Period. So they are not Studio Period. Excuse me. It's Ufotable. So they're gonna do what they do.
Yeah.
And then that final episode was a literal movie. Like literally.
I'll say it's a dark pony.
Not even a horse. A dark pony is crazy. A dark goat. Let's do a couple more of these. Ooh, this might be let me see what's in here. I don't really. Wow, this counts. Okay, all right, we try this. Best romance category nominated. We have A Sign of Affection, Blue Box, Rama One Half, Scott Pilgrim Takes Off, Too Many Losing Heroines, and The Dangers in My Heart Season 2. No My Happy Marriage? ? Maybe it was a little bit too late. It might have been a little too late in this because they kind of did 2 cores, didn't they?
Season 1 and season 2, like there was like a bit of a break between those, so it probably wasn't airing around that time. I don't know. I've only watched Blue Box and Rama, so I can't really give my whole.
I know people really like Sign of Affection
and Dangers in My Heart too. Yeah, and Too Many Losing Heroines. I don't know. It kind of looks like a stack box too. Pause. Let's see what else we got. Okay, all right. Best animation. Hold on. So the nominees for best animation of the year, we got Don, Delicious in Dungeon, Demon Slayer, Solo Leveling, Kaiju number 8, and Frieren.
That's a tough one because you got a damn near.
Wait, hold on. Wait, repeat those.
Don, Delicious in Dungeon, Demon Slayer, Hashira Training Arc, Solo Leveling, Kaiju number 8, and Frieren.
Not Demon Slayer. My bad. Jujutsu Kaisen wasn't.
Bro, snubbed. What is going on? Snubbed.
How is Jujutsu Kaisen for animation not on there?
Snubbed.
Or even like 1,000 Year Blood War.
That's embarrassing. That's actually crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. They might be a little like, all right, you said Frieren, you said Delicious in Dungeon, you said Kaiju number 8, Don, and what was the last one?
Solo Leveling. Did I say that? You said that?
Oh, Solo.
You know exactly what it is. It's One Piece, because they do this One Piece every year too. One Piece and Bleach. They're at this point they're legacy acts. You know what I mean? They know they're not gonna be making any new money off of them in the future. This is the end for One Piece maybe. Yeah, but One Piece is like its own self-sustaining engine. Bleach, this is the end of the road for Bleach. Like, we're keeping it in the buck.
Yeah.
This at the end of the day, award shows like this are also a way to push your IPs, make them bigger than ever, market. Because now what's going to happen is, like, for example, we just went through a category that had like Oshinoko, for example, being in the same category with Kaiju number 8, Solo Leveling, a whole bunch of other things, make somebody want to go watch it and be like, okay, if it was that good with those names, you know. So like, this is a way for them to boost the IP they already have, which is also why in previous years they didn't really put anime that they didn't own or license. I don't think Don would have made this if Crunchyroll didn't get the license. They have it now, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But in years past, they wouldn't have had Netflix anime on there. So
no, I think they had also Edge Runners on there.
They'll put the ones that they have to make it look legit. Like, you know what I mean? You can't ignore Don. You know what I mean? Like, so you're right, 100%. But they wouldn't do Castlevania. You know what I mean? Which should have been.
Honestly, it should definitely be in that either returning series and animation.
Something, yeah, facts. So
I'm not too mad about One Piece not being on there. Like, looking back on it, because like, I mean, One Piece, like, I mean, I'm
not mad at it either. I'm not mad at it either. I'm not mad at One Piece. But no, 1,000 Year Blood War?
Yeah, 1,000 Year Blood War is a little crazy to me.
12 episodes of peak.
The way how you said that, it makes more sense.
Yeah.
Though. If I had to choose best animation out of those ones, though,
that's a tough one. Though, I'm not gonna lie.
Don's animation looked amazing at times. Like
that episode 7, probably best animation.
It actually really did. But if we're going based on one episode, then Demon Slayer had the best one episode.
Oh no, definitely. So
that's kind of rough. That's rough. If this is, let me look at the description. Maybe the description gives us a little clarity.
Because are we going to go like a consistency thing? Then?
Bro, I think Frieren had the best animation out of all those.
Especially if you consider anime art
style.
I mean, here we recognize the anime that are visually stunning in ways that bring their story to life. No matter the style of animation, these shows put a visual spectacle for viewers to enjoy, immersing audience. Honestly, I would want Don to get that. That art style is extremely unique. You know what I mean? And a lot of times when they try
color palettes and everything, they were
color palettes, immaculate. But sometimes when you try something that's a little bit outside the norm, especially for a weird show like Don, it kind of pushes people away. But that shit was like fire. Like, from an art standpoint, like if this was a award about artistry, I would want Don to get it. Like, because Freeman's art style or Freeman's animation was really good, but it wasn't like pushing the boundaries. You know what I mean? Same with Solo Leveling. Demon Slayer, a little bit. Kaiju number 8 is kind of like just really well animated, but basic animated on me. But Don felt like kind of pushed the boundaries of animation with a lot of the stuff they did. You know what I mean? Like, they're at least the way we see animation.
Because I was gonna say, after rewatching Frieren with my girl, because I would say like Frieren, I feel like showed like the extent that they could really take it, especially like because you know how like really animated some of them slice of life things are. Like I was just looking at it, pausing it because I'm just like, damn, like just even like the backgrounds and like just the rain and different like puddles of water, how they had that shit just perfectly. It was pristine. It was like bordering the lines of like movie budget. And then they could wrap it back in with the fight scenes, which you could have put up against any other fight scene. Yeah.
I mean, it was extremely well animated, but like again, Don to Don just is unique. Like every episode kind of did something a little bit different with the animation. Like
because Delicious in Dungeon had a unique.
See, I haven't watched that, so that could be very well the case. Free Run just wasn't unique though to me. It was just like very well beautiful.
Free Run to me.
I think this was the most consistent.
The most like, I think the best part about Free Run's animation was the fact that they did it over 28 episodes. Like it is very rare that you see an anime season that lasts for that long, have that consistent of animation and that high of animation for that long.
It showed like Yap for 75% of it though. Keeping a buck.
No, but I mean, if we keeping it being Don to Don was also the same thing. It was
every episode was kind of most of them episodes it was something though. Most of them episodes it was something. It was,
but also they had to make it like that because there's only 12.
He makes a great point. The fact that they were able to carry that over 24 episodes is definitely a plus in the Free Run box.
Because they gave us 24 plus 4. They went damn near almost gave us a 30 episode season.
Yeah, but I mean, most of that shit was them yapping from city to city.
And that shit was looking beautiful.
Fern talking about how it was back in her day.
Hey, listen, animation goes beyond. If we're talking about fight sequences, that would be a different story. But we talking about animation in general.
I mean, by that point, it's just art style. It's not like the animation of them talking and the wind blowing a little bit. Like
that.
Yeah, no,
that's you still gotta animate the wind blowing. You still gotta animate them walking. You still gotta animate
because the physics to even just draw like how each different hair was flowing and resting within them walking.
Jay, our style isn't animation either.
I know that's what I'm saying, but I'm saying like he watched Invincible. Invincible explained how like when they aren't fighting, how much they chop down the budget just with the conversational scenes, which they do that a lot in Free Run, and then most of it is yapping. Like it's not
they yap, but I feel like they be showing their faces. It's not like they be cutting away from their faces like that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like
also. When you talk about animation, you're talking more about the art style because you're talking about the uniqueness of the color palettes and stuff. That's not animation. That's more.
No, but I'm also talking about the uniqueness of the animation in Don to Don, like the way when he would put the mask on and he'd be running some of the fights, the underwater scene, like that's animation and art style. Like that was nothing. What animation?
I think that's more of credit to art style than the animation, though. I think the animation is all right. Like I think Don to Don has good animation, but I don't think it has like better sequences than
those underwater scene when they were in the school. Bro, that shit was insane.
No, like that was enjoyable, but I ain't gonna lie.
It was great, but
Don to Don can't even like match Free Run's choreography. Jay, I'm just
trying to remember
watching all that shit.
Yeah, but did you rewatch Don to Don? Did you even watch Don to Don all the way?
Yeah, I watched episode 9.
So you need okay, all right.
Was there a better episode than episode 7 after episode 9?
Not necessarily. Not animation wise, no, I don't think so. But, all right. No. I was. I'm going with Don to Don on that one.
Listen, if Jujutsu Kaisen was on the list, I'll go Jujutsu Kaisen.
I would go Jujutsu Kaisen too. Jujutsu Kaisen should have definitely won. But I guess we'll give it a Free Run with 90% yap, and it's like 4 really, really, really fun fight scenes. You're right. Y'all got it.
I think it's more than 4.
Okay, 5 or 6 over 25 episodes.
It's at least like 12.
He's hating.
I'm hating at this point. Let's see. Any other categories that's worth looking up?
We're good for comments at this point.
Yeah, we can do comments. Best action. All right, last one. Best action. Bleach Thousand Year Blood War, Don to Don, Demon Slayer, Windbreaker, Solo Leveling, and Kaiju number 8.
Windbreaker, bro. Windbreaker easily.
Solo Leveling.
What?
Solo Leveling.
I ain't gonna lie, Windbreaker low key do got a valid they got a valid stance here. That was straight 10 episodes of straight amazing choreography and hands. No powers.
Windbreaker.
Straight choreography.
I mean, Solo Leveling.
SoloLeveling had one good fight in season one.
SoloLeveling had a couple good. It's action, not just fight. It's not just, you feel me? They had a lot of action. Bro was solo leveling for 9 episodes. Building up his stats.
Windbreakering for like 9 to 10 episodes.
I'm going with solo leveling.
Nah, I'm chilling. Bro, low key though, I think probably solo leveling, but as a dark horse contender, Kaiju number 8.
Yeah.
Kaiju number 8 was also like mad at, like that shit was action packed too.
Yeah, well.
I ain't never mad at Kaiju number 8, Glaze. In fact, you're right. Kaiju number 8. I was just trying to pick something that Windbreaker definitively couldn't beat on a popularity standpoint. Yeah, nah.
I think low key Kaiju number 8 could give solo leveling a good run for its money for action.
For season 1? Hell
for
yeah.
best action?
Yeah. That's not even crazy to say.
Yeah, I'm mad at that.
Because like I feel like every episode with Kaiju number 8, there was always some shit going on.
Yeah. And
can we say that Kaiju number 8 season 1 is better than Solo Leveling season 1?
I'd said it last year. Y'all looked at me crazy. We gotta pull that too.
I wasn't gonna say it. That's all Ken.
He said, nah. He said, that's how I know recency bias is whooping Ken's ass. He's talking about something. All right, we can take questions from the comments. Who's still here? What's up, y'all? Appreciate y'all hanging out with us. We got a lot of windbreakers in the chat. They gonna hate me. I'll be a lot of windbreakers.
Windbreaker mid.
Nah, facts. Let's throw up to see if we miss any questions. Buchigiri is so good. Okay.
How y'all feel about that new Kagurabachi art? Peak fiction, peak cinema. Bro, y'all seen the Kagurabachi art?
What they do?
Last chapter?
Nah.
Oh, bro, that shit
was
like
20 chapters behind.
Hold up. Let me show you. Bro. This shit was clean. They made my goat Samura look like the goat. Like literally look like the goat. Hold up.
Yeah, it's tough. Manga could never. Manga could never. Comments, give us a quick couple topics to run with.
I'm about to send you.
This is y'all time to shine. Bro said Mappa's budget for Lazarus must be insane. Literally, I think Mappa just kind of got it at this point. Think about it. They've had hits.
They're the Japanese Tencent.
That's crazy. Oh, they're saying Windbreaker mid. Oh, Isabel, that's a homie.
Yeah.
I read it. I couldn't see because you got the background made it a little hard to read a little bit. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
To Be Hero X did have a crazy cliffhanger. That had one of the best opening cliffhangers.
Yeah, that cliffhanger is what put it up there. I think for one of the best episodes this week.
That shit was like if Demon Slayer's first episode ended with like his family dying.
Literally. Damn, Ken had to glaze Demon Slayer and JJK in one episode. You all right, big dog?
Yeah, it was tiring, but I did it.
You sure?
I'm about to go on an inertia glaze.
Surprised nobody got questions.
How y'all feel about the new Kagurabachi art? Oh, that's what you brought up, huh?
Yeah.
Great minds think alike. Facts.
Tbate. How y'all feeling about Tbate?
So they said amazing. Peak fiction.
Peak fiction, especially where I'm at right now. I think I'm just getting into the war arc now.
Oh, you talking about the manga? Oh, the manga gas. Gas. For real. No glaze.
Nah, he's probably talking about the anime. I didn't even think about that.
Bro, about to get spoiled.
Wait, Tbate anime exists?
That's people be saying that shit's hilarious. Somebody said, how y'all feel about To Be Hero X? Really good debut. Super excited for it. Whole lot of farmable content. I'm excited for it. So it really just feels like the anime version of The Boys, kind of like My Hero crossover collab to me. I like
dark
how
theme satirical.
Yeah, but like realistic. Like it feels like I like shows. What I like about The Boys is that even though it's a superhero show, I don't have to suspend my disbelief super far because it's still like in a society very similar to ours. They have like, you know, conservatives, liberals, like it's business based. Like there's a lot of stuff that like I can kind of relate to. So it doesn't feel like with My Hero Academia, like it'd be people that have like a dinosaur head, you know what I mean? Or they got like plugs coming out their ears or some shit, or like
true.
Yeah, if their legs are like fucking plungers, you know, like I love that show, but you know, this feels like an adult anime almost, if that makes sense. It feels like an anime geared towards adults with adult themes, which a lot of anime already do, but this doesn't even try to hide it in looking like some shit for kids, you know. So
no.
What American show do you think has the best animation? Invincible. Next question.
Huh?
Over Avatar? It's crazy.
Yep.
Over Castlevania?
Yeah, over Castlevania?
Yep.
Yeah, I know he's trolling. He got a smirk on his face.
Somebody throwing that nigga a bag.
Serious.
Hey,
I'm not being serious. Somebody said Invincible was animated by 10 animators. I was like, it shows. It shows.
Nah, facts. Best animated American show.
It gotta be Castlevania, low key.
I was like, does Arcane count?
Does it?
Into the Spider-Verse? Will you count that technically or no? Because it's a movie.
I feel like
we gotta
suspend the animated Into the Spider-Verse
animation.
Okay. I'm trying to think too. We're trying to think outside the box.
I feel like it's Castlevania. Castlevania is, especially bro, season 4 of Castlevania and the end of season 3 Castlevania, bro.
You know, Powerhouse Studios going crazy.
No, facts. Arcane, the best animated show. Yeah, guess. Jay Riddle, when are you gonna cover Boruto again? Next time a chapter drops.
Who do y'all think would win against Sakamoto versus Toji Zenin? I don't know how strong Sakamoto people are.
I'd probably say Sakamoto because he has a little bit of that Saitama spoof character to him, and Toji at some point there's a reality to his character. So I
like Toji be boxing like sorcerers though.
Yeah,
you got some sorcerers,
but sorcerers are kind of bums though. It's just Gojo. He be biting bums. It was just Gojo, if we're being honest, and he did what he could against a 17-year-old albino boy. Y'all watched the Yaiba remake? I don't. These two did. The Chibi. I watched a little bit of the first episode, enough to get some content off it, to be honest. But
animation wise, it was phenomenal.
Yeah, it looks good. I probably just won't stick with it, to be honest.
I think I will just because the animation looked that good. Like, I think that's like the.
If I do watch it, it's because I'll be looking for the next moment to clip. To be honest, I'll keep it a bean with y'all. I ain't got nothing to hide. Ken Bando said, "What's your anime?" I don't know what he's trying to say. What's your anime on it? Tbate anime. I think he's trying to say, "What's your take on Tbate anime?" I feel like it's so forced. Want to know everyone's opinion.
I mean, if you saw the video I just posted, there was a fan animator that made the same clip in an hour and basically did it just as good. So if that's a fan animator and you're an animation studio, I feel like you should have done better if this is what you do for a living and you're getting paid a boatload of money.
Yeah.
So I'm like, the hate, don't get me wrong, there are some anime that can't even say, I don't even know if I can say that, but there are anime that do look worse, but this is still very bad, especially for an IP as beloved and popular as Tbate. So
Tbate. Absolutely.
I felt the same exact way during when Tower God season 2 was airing and the big fumble, and so I feel equally as annoyed by having to look at that. So
I can see the Tower God PTSD just all over your face when you were explaining that. Like, yeah. I feel like you didn't even want to bring up Tower God, but it's just the best way to explain it, unfortunately. We'll do one more question in the comments. Opinion. Let me see which one I want. We can do that. All right. Opinion on AOT's ending. I never had a problem with AOT's ending. I'll be honest. I'm also not the hardest person to please. So
I thought the
ending was good.
The ending for the anime was fine. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like they expanded upon what they did in the manga. Better.
You read it?
Yeah.
Okay. Respect.
Because they gave a little bit more mental clarity to Eren during the situations when he was talking to Armin, explaining like how like Armin would have did this so much better and how he was a dumbass and just like everything else. Like they really dove into that scene a lot more, gave it a little bit more life.
Yeah, I think it was beautiful. I mean, I read the manga chapter for the episode, the final episode after I watched the anime. I was anime only. And I mean, I guess I get people's gripes, but like that was an amazing ending. It was an amazing ending either way. It didn't really deviate too much from what I saw. Like I don't know. I think people just be complaining to complain, to be honest. Like,
yeah, I don't know.
They could be getting a Tbate adaptation right now. Like, shut the fuck up, dude. Let's go on. Like
I don't know. How did you expect it to end? Like, there was not going to be any. Like, there was no way Eren was going to be alive at the end of this.
Yeah. Facts. All right, that's all I got in me for today. Unless y'all got anything else y'all want to get off y'all chest.
I'm good.
Yeah.
All right. Type shit. Well, thank you for watching the Worst Take Podcast, episode 45. Again, I'm Jay Riddle. To the beautiful man in the middle is Marcus Yells Anime, and the big ass motherfucker on the other side is Ken Kaizen Explains. You can follow us all at the handles you see at the bottom of the screen. If you're watching from YouTube, please make sure you subscribe to the page. We're trying to grow that bitch. Subscribe to or follow the TikTok
podcast.
The Worst Take Podcast. You just gotta tap it right there. It's right there. Just hit tap real quick. Drop the follow for us. Lots of content coming. Anything else I should let them know? I think we're good.
I think
even if not, we'll be back same time, same place next week. Usually going live around 11 or 12. The episode drops usually around 2 or 3 on Mondays. So appreciate y'all. We'll see you next time. Peace.
Peace.